Hello friends, welcome to my YouTube channel Eugene Engineers. I am Ashish Kumar Gupta, a trainer of the computational validation and STLC model. Friends, today I will discuss about the V model. What is V model and design and verification phase and advantage and disadvantage. Let's see the diagram. So first topic is what is V model? V model is an SDLC model where execution of process happens in a sequential manner in a V shape. It is also known as a verification and validation model. The V model is an extension of the waterfall model and is based on associating of and testing phase for each corresponding development stage. This means that for every single phase in the development cycle, there is directly associated testing phase. This is a highly disciplined model and the next will start only after completion of the previous phase. Let's see your design of waterfall model. Under the V model, the corresponding testing phase of development phase is planned in parallel. So, there are verification phase on one sided V and validation phase on the other side. The coding phase joins the two sides of the V models. This is the design phase and discuss about the verification phase of V models. There are several verification phase in the V model. Each of these are explained in details. So, you can see this diagram. First phase is a analysis phase, means requirement analysis phase. This is the first phase in the development cycle where the product requirement are understood from the customer perspective. This phase involves detailed communication with the customer to understand his expectation and accept requirement. This is very important activity and need to be managed well, as most of the customers are not sure about what exactly they needs. The acceptance test design planning is done at the stage as business requirement can be used as an input acceptance testing. This is the business requirement analysis testing. And what needs to required in the software cycle and what is the example of the business requirement is a SCADA based system. What is the need? It is explained in the URS. This is a business requirement analysis. Second phase is a system design phases. Once you have clear and detailed product requirement, it is a time to design the complete system. The system design will have to understanding and detailing the complete hardware and communication setup for product under development. The system test plan is development based on system design. Doing that at an earlier stage leave more than for actual test execution later. Second phase is a architectural design. Architecture specifications are understood and designed in this phase. Usually more than one technical approach is proposed and based on the technical and financial feasibility of the final design is taken. The system design is broken down further into modules taking up different functionality. Is also referred as a high level design or known as a HLD. The data transfer and communication between the internal module and with the outside world other system is clearly understood and defined in this stage. With this information, integration test can be designed and documentation during this stage. Fourth phase is module design. In this phase, the detailed internal design for all the system module is specified, referred to as a low level design, also known as LLD. It is important that the design is compatibility with the other modules in the system architecture and the other external systems. The unit tests are an essential part of any development process and helps eliminate the maximum fault and error at a very earlier stage. These unit tests can be designed at the stage based on the internal module designs. And next phase is coding phases. The actual coding of the system module designed in the design phase is taken up in the coding phase. The best suitable programming language is decided based on the system and architectural requirements. The coding is performed based on the coding guideline and standard. The code goes through numerous code review and is optimized for best performance before the final build is checked into the repository. Last phase, other phase is a validation phase. Other part of the validation parts. The different validation phase we model as planned. Unit testing. Unit tests designed in the module design phase are executed on the code during the validation phase. Unit testing is code level and helps eliminate bugs at earlier stage. Through all defect cannot be uncovered by unit testing. Like other testing is a integration testing. Integration testing is associated with the architectural design phase. Integration tests are performed to test the constitution and communication of the internal module within the system. Other testing is system testing. System testing is directly associated with the system design phase. System tests check the entire system functionality and the communicate of the system under development with external system. Most of the software and hardware compatibility issues can be uncovered during this system test executions. Last is acceptance testing. Acceptance testing is associated with the business requirement analysis phase and involve testing the product in user environment. Acceptance test uncover the compatibility issue with the other system available in the user environment. It also discover the non-functional issue such as load and performance defect in the actual user environments. This is the last phase of the acceptance testing. Like to as per the V model, I will discuss about the pharmaceutical V models. First document is a user requirement specification, like to requirement analysis, system design. This document is provided a vendor side, also known as a design specification, and software requirement specification. Architecture design is the part of the design specification. Module design is the part of the design specification. Decide and after design specification finalization coding side. This side coding phase is a vendor side, a custom supply side phase, and complete of the project test following the testing approach, unit testing, system testing, integration testing, and final software after testing, final software is delivered to customer customer and customer check the all asset parameters and final software is release. This is the V model cycles. So next step is a V model application of V model. V model application is almost the same as the waterfall model, as both the module are sequentially typed. Requirement have to be very clear before the project start, because it is usually expensive to go back and make changes. This model is used in the medical development field as it is strictly as a discipline domain. The following points are some of the most suitable scenario to use a V model applications. First is requirements are well defined, clearly documented and fixed. Product definition is stable. Technology is not dynamic and well understood by the project team. There are no ambiguous and underdefined requirement. The project is short. Use the short projects. Advantage and disadvantage. The advantage of the V model method is that is very easy to understand and apply. The simplicity of the model also make it easy to manage. This the disadvantage of is that the model is not flexible to change, and just in case there is requirement changes, which is very common in today's dynamic world, it becomes very expensive to make the change. The following points are advantage mostly. First is this is high discipline model and phase are completed one at a time. Work well for second is work well for smaller project where requirements are very well understood. Third is simple and easy to understand and use. Fourth is easy to manage due to degree and of the model. Each phase are specified, deliver and a review process. This is the advantage of V model. I will discuss about disadvantage of V model. High risk and uncertainty, not a good model for complex and object oriented project. Poor model for long and ongoing projects. Not suitable for the project where requirements are at mandatory to high risk of changing. Once an application is the testing stage, it is difficult to go back and change a functionality. Last is no working software is produced until during the life cycle. So, friend, and discuss about a V model and more and any more doubt and queries, you can write a comment box. So, I will discuss about the V model, advantage and design and phases and application and advantage and disadvantage. So, if you have any concern related to topic, any doubts, so please mention a comment box. Okay, comment box. So, friend, thank you for very much.